Okay, welcome everyone to tonight's presentation with me, Caroline, and Henrietta. I'm Danish but live in the UK, and I've been patching with and working with LifeWave since, yeah, almost a year and a half now. Um, I will get into my story later on, but suffice to say that I'm very excited about what the patch has done for myself and also for my patients. I'm a homeopath, and I have some fantastic stories to share. And Henrietta will take us through the opportunities of LifeWave after I finish the first part of the presentation. If you want to just introduce yourself, Henrietta.
Everybody. My name is Henrietta. I live in Norway, and I was
Wow.
introduced to the patches and this opportunity February last year, and it's been an amazing journey uh, to share this with everybody, to talk to people all over the world, and the health benefits have been amazing. And also, I will share a little bit about my experiences with the patch a little later on in the presentation. So it's really nice to be here and see that we have some new people today.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I will try and share my screen and then we can start. Here we go. Okay, can everyone see that? Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, good. Okay, so the first thing we always say to any of our guests that are on these Zooms is, have you been patched yet? And clearly, some of you have, which is exciting, and some of you may be thinking about it. Um, but what this little stem cell patch can do is it can elevate, activate, and regenerate cells in your body that actually makes you start healing. It's a very exciting and very simple little technology, and we'll get into a bit more about how that works a bit later. But first, we need to talk about this amazing person who's the inventor, David Schmidt. He's now got 100, no, he's got 200 patients. This is an old slide as we were discussing the other day, but he's now got over 200 patents of the most amazing science. He was always an inventor and a scientist, and he has been specializing the last 20 years in age reversing. And back in 2008, when there was a real buzz around stem cell research, he was trying to figure out if there was a way that we could activate our own stem cells in a safe and natural way. So his recent patent took him 10 years and cost him 4.5 million to bring to market. And when you get a patent, well, first of all, having a patent is obviously amazing. It means that we have a product that nobody else has, and that's in itself exciting. But in order to get a patent, you also need to prove that that it actually does what you want it to do. You have to give in loads of clinical studies, and they have to be checked. And it's not an easy thing to get a patent. And it also is very expensive. So you only go about it when you think you're going to get it, basically. And if we look at what this patent actually says, we can see that it's an embodiment as a result of elevating copper peptides, including activation of stem cells, improvement in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvement in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. So these are all from the clinical trials, and it's actually an amazing amount of stuff that this little thing can help us with in our bodies. So why do we want to wear X39 stem cell activating patch? The fewer stem cells we have, the faster we age and the slower you heal. And that's why hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging, because actually, and this was something I didn't know, by 30, we've already lost half of our active stem cells. So we're actually starting to age, already at 30. And at 60, we've got very little stem cell activity left. And who's someone who's 66, I can vouch for the fact that before I started patching, I was feeling, and of course I'm still 66 today, but I was definitely feeling my age, slower at repair, more pain, just not so much get up and go, all those things that we take for granted when we're younger. And how does it work? Well, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy, which is just another way of saying light therapy. It's a patented nanocrystal, nano being very, very small crystal, nanocrystal technology, and it reflects light to activate. So it's a little plaster, as you can see, and most of you have seen what it looks like, which has got a mixture of sugar, salts, and amino acids inside in a little crystal formation. That formation of crystals has been made to send a signal back into your body when it feels the heat from your body. We all reflect infrared heat, and that sends a signal back into your body to activate something called copper peptides. Now, the copper peptides are the exciting bit here because they're very, very important for our body's well-being. But more to the point, they communicate with the stem cells in our body. So they are the ones that will help wake up, as such, the dormant stem cells. And the most exciting bit, and for me, this is a really, really big plus, it's non-transdermal. There's no drugs, no chemicals or stimulants, and it's completely non-invasive. And I think that's the most exciting bit of it, actually. I'm very happy with that. Now, the benefits of X39, we touched on it earlier, but this is something I can actually say I have had improvements of the whole spectrum of these. I've had increased strength, definitely reduced inflammation, increased stamina. You just feel like more energized, and that's the energy and vitality as well. The mental clarity is really big. I think a lot of us will benefit from that. I certainly did. The restored muscle and skeletal condition, a really nice one as well. Improvement of sleep, very, very important for me anyway, and the improvement of skin appearance. Now, we all want to have that. And it helps our body achieve an optimal health of state and a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. But I think we also need to just remind ourselves at this point that this is LifeWay is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. It's simply there to help our own bodies optimal healing abilities. And this is a really interesting couple of pictures. It's a topography map, which is also another way of saying thermal imaging of a 77-year-old woman who had X39 on the back of her neck. Now, in the first picture, you can see loads of red, and she wasn't patching at this particular point when we took that image. And you can see there's a load of inflammation, which is all the red in the brain, and there's a lack of brain coherence. On session 2, and only 3 weeks in on X39, there's no more inflammation and there's improved brain coherence. And in session 3, which is 6 weeks on X39, there's a complete turnaround and better brain coherence. And that is the clinical studies has shown that 6 weeks is enough to calm down a hyperactive brain. I mean, her brain stayed calm after wearing the patches for 6 weeks. So a really exciting couple of pictures here. And this is some of the clinical studies that you can find if you want to look in a bit more about how X39 works. There is a wonderful website called thisisitinfo.com where you'll be able to find all the things we're talking about tonight. And you'll see that the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, as we just saw, the brain becomes balanced. and within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Now, collagen isn't just hair, skin, and nails. It's a building block of our body. We need it in our gut, we need it in our joints. So you might not see any changes on your skin in the first couple of months, but you can know that within 3 months you've already increasing your collagen in your body, wherever it is, and really, really exciting and important thing to happen because we all need collagen to function. And within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. I mean, another amazing fact. So David Smith liked to say it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. So how do you wear X39? You wear your patch on 12 hours and you take it off after 12 hours. So the body gets a chance to both repair and rejuvenate. The body will repair and rejuvenate, but what is important about having the break is that you give it a chance to just relax between patching. You don't want to get into a situation where you're patching so much that you need to patch more and more to get the effect. And so it's really important with the break, the 12-hour break. And we suggest that everyone patch X39 in the day, because it's also really important to drink water. So you wake up in the morning, you put your patch on, you go to bed at night, you take it off, and then you start again the next day. And you start with a new patch, basically. So the old patch that you take off has got a little bit of life left in it. So if you have a pet or a husband or a kid, and you think, okay, I just want to have a little bit more use out of it. Some people put it on their pot plants. You can use it for another couple of hours, but your own best result will come from a new patch. You don't need to put more than one patch on at a time of the same patch, but we do have other patches in the range as well. There is a fantastic one for inflammation called Eon, for example, and you could wear that at the same time as X39. Or there's a skin patch that also helps the pituitary gland. That's a patch you wear at night. I mean, basically you can wear different patches at the same time, but never the same patch, more than one. So again, back to the water, really, really important that we remember that we are actually, it's a bit like when you start patching, it's a bit like doing a big clear out in your house. There might be some debris that needs to get flushed out. And it's a much easier process if there's plenty of water to flush all that debris out. You don't want to get into any kind of healing crisis. So 2 to 3 good gulps every half hour is recommended because that doesn't put too much strain on your kidneys. If you drink big bottles of water spread over the day, you're just running to the loo all the time. But if you kind of keep yourself topped up, it's a much better way of doing it. So X39 is a pretty sophisticated little patch, and as you'll hear, some of our stories later are actually really, really amazing and often life-changing. And the best thing about it is that it's really, really works. So I think we'll go back to sharing, stop sharing, go back to the and open the floor up for a couple of testimonials. I mean, I can start with mine, or Faraz, you're also very welcome to join in if you want to say anything at this point. But I will start just very quickly to explain what happened to me when I started. I had felt my age, as I said, over time. I had gotten a very stiff knee. And it started around probably 60. I was dancing a bit too much at a wedding, and that was it. I never managed to bend my knee again after that. And I think I probably had the beginning of some arthritis happening. I tried everything, you name it. I'm an alternative practitioner, and I have a lot of trust in alternative therapy. So I never went to the doctor, but wherever I went, I always got only just a bit of relief, but it always seemed to come back again. So when the patches came along, I was very, very keen to give them a try. And I stuck one on and thought, right, now I'm going to feel something straight away. And I actually didn't feel anything. I was not what a first patch wonder, but I had them on for a couple of weeks, and then suddenly I thought, hang on a minute, I have got a real step, a spring in my step. I'm sleeping a hell of a lot better. Excuse me, I shouldn't be swearing. A heck of a lot better. I woke up just refreshed and kind of ready to go. And with that, I also realized that my pain that I was waking up with at night, very stiff neck, very sore hands, that had actually stopped. So that got me really, really excited. And then over time, and I think probably about 6 to 8 weeks, maybe nearer the 3 month mark, I started being able to bend my knee. I'm now squatting. I'm sitting in yoga positions that I couldn't sit in before. I've got a straight back. I don't need to sit on a little, but a little square thing to keep my back up. I can just sit with my legs crossed and forever, comfortable. I have patch loaded my patients as well. I have one girl that patched her mum straight away. She's got Alzheimer's. Within 3 weeks, they saw a massive change in the mum's mood. She said that Cara had begged her not to stop patching because she said she's happy, she's content, she chats, she's not frustrated or angry or nervous or upset. She's just getting on with it. And it was just such a difference to look after her. Um, I've had eczema that's gone away. My son's had bad back pain that has gone. My husband's varicose veins seem to have gone down and almost disappeared. My gums are getting better. I mean, so this is something I realized after I got my knee fixed. I thought, well, what now? But actually, because I kept patching, I kept experiencing little things, and all of that amounted to a lot of things by the end of the day. That has changed over time, and I'm really excited to be on this journey still. I'm not going to stop anytime soon. So over to you, Henrietta.
Okay. Well, thank you. Well, when I started because a very good friend of mine came over and she had ordered some patches and she wanted to tell me about it. So she invited me to a meeting just like this to see what this is all about. And I was very skeptical, I have to admit. I was skeptical because it was an MLM company. I was skeptical because, stem cells, she was hoping to get well and all of that stuff. But she was so sure that this would help her. So I decided, okay, fine. If she's getting stem cells, I'm getting stem cells. So I ordered as well. And pretty much, I'm a very healthy person. I didn't think this would do anything for me. I was in the middle of menopause. I'm 54 years old. Have had a lot of menopausal trouble, so I was using a lot of medication for that. I didn't look at that as being ill. But I started patching, and after 2 days, I could feel my energy. I woke up before the alarm clock, and I just felt refreshed, and I was like, really? Then I got really interested. So I started listening into meetings, and in a meeting, I heard this could help for the hormonal problems. Now I'm really interested. So now, now I'm really researching and I'm telling all my friends that I think I'm doing this for my hormones. And suddenly a lot of my friends wanted to try the patch. And I didn't think I was going to do any of this work. But it sells itself kind of because if you talk to people and they hear your story and they go to a meeting, and I have so many results. I have absolutely no menopausal hormonal problems anymore. Already after 3 months, I stopped all my medication. And my eyesight, I've been wearing special glasses since I was 17, and all the defects on my eyes are absolutely gone. My eye doctor couldn't believe it. It's gone. I don't have special glasses anymore, and my eyesight has improved from -4 to -2.5 on one eye and 275 on the other. Absolutely amazing results. So I'm so uh, I'm so happy and at the same time kind of really, but it is happening. And now I'm building a wonderful team of people who are patching, and the stories are so amazing. Just today, I had a call from one in my team. She told me that she has a liver problem, and she had. I am not a doctor, just to say that. I'm just a regular person who's patching and telling people about my benefits, and so is she. And there was this liver values she had was 44. I don't know exactly what that means, but normal is 8. And she's been patching for around 4 months now. And she went to the doctor yesterday, and her values were down to 10, from 44 to 10, and normal is 8. So she's absolutely so happy about it. And there are so many amazing stories. I saw that we had a question in the chat. We can take that straight away because Cindy is wondering whether it can be used if you're pregnant. The company will not recommend that pregnant people use it. It's because it hasn't been tested on pregnant people, but we all know that this is light. This is light therapy. There are no chemical going in. So this is something that you would need to actually just decide for yourself. I don't know if you, Caroline, want to say something more to that.
No, I think we have loads of people on the team who've been patching who are pregnant actually, but it is a personal choice. As because it's an American company and there's a lot of compliance, we have to be very careful to suggest anything that is not in the kind of, they haven't, as you said, been tested on pregnant, but both pregnant women and they are also patching their babies. There was an amazing story from South Africa with a pair of twins where one of the babies got patched because he'd had a stroke in the womb, and the twin, and every time they put a patch on him, his eyes just came back. He had contact with his mum, and it was amazing actually. So when he wasn't patched, he was just lying, kind of not engaging. But the minute he was patched up, there would be that interaction. So amazing stuff that can happen. Yeah. So I think everyone has to make that decision.
I think it's also important to understand how this works, because this is non-invasive, as Caroline said. This is not some drug that you put into your body. This is light therapy, and what it does is it's helping your own stem cells help your body. So it can help in so many different ways, and we never know the results. We just have to try.
That's the thing, and it will go in order of priority. We can't expect that our knees are going to repair first because there might be a kidney issue that needs to be sorted out first. So we just have to be a little bit patient as well. And with the people that are really struggling with autoimmune diseases, we have one on our team, Alex, who has fibromyalgia, and it took her 10 months to actually get the result. And as she always says, if I'd stopped at 9, I wouldn't have been where I am now, which is pain-free. But, so sometimes you just have to allow the body to take the time it takes. You can't know when it's going to heal.
Exactly. So what do you think, Caroline?
Shall we ask if there's anyone else who has a story they'd like to share, or are we just going to continue? Because I think everyone's pretty new. Lewis or Adrian, have you got anything to add? Nope, doesn't sound like it. Okay, I'm going to go back to sharing screen, and then let's see where we play. Okay, so yeah, Henrietta, will you do this slide?
Slide.
Okay.
This is a short presentation with an introduction to the product. So if you want to read about the product or find some information, maybe look at the studies, see some videos of David Schmidt explaining the product. This is a very, very good website to go to. So if you haven't seen it before, write it down or take a picture of the screen. This is it, info.com. Here you can find a lot of good information about the product. And now we are going into the business part of the presentation, because it's always nice to know who is behind, what kind of company is producing this for a starter. And this is LifeWave is a 20-year-old company. It's open in over 75 countries, so it's practically all over the world. We are selling and using these patches. And it's not a Me Too product. So what is important, what differs this company from a lot of other companies out there, is that we have a product that is unique. It's patented. There's nothing like it. There are a lot of company that sells fantastic products in different ranges, but they have competition and they are talking about this mine product is better than your product. This is the only product in the world that uses your own body to help your own body, and it's absolutely amazing. No competition whatsoever. And because of that, and because of the good results that people have, it's fast growing. If you look at the figures here, in 2021, it was a $20 million company. In 2024, we reached over $600 million. And the goal for this year is to get to 1 billion. And how are we going to get to 1 billion? That is by getting at least 1 million users. So we want to help as many people as possible with this product, and that's why we do these presentations.
Very well.
Sorry, I can't mute anyone because I can't see it on the screen. So maybe, Henrietta, you just have to mute that person. Sorry, I should have.
I'm not sure who is
you?
not muted.
Oh, anyway, because I've now got my whole screen full and I can't see.
Yeah, it seems
you?
like everybody is muted.
Okay, good. We'll continue.
Okay. Yes, good. So LifeWave is growing fast, and for 2 years in a row now, it has been ranked at as the fastest growing company in the world within this business. And that is absolutely amazing. There's no company like this out there. And we see here the revenue, how it's been raising up, and it's just a fantastic business to start in, because it's a good company, it's solid, very solid company, and it's fast growing. And also we have been awarded with growth, like I said, and the Bravo Award. These are some amazing pictures of the team. Stephen and Jean are married, put together a fantastic educational system for the brand partners who joined the team. This is it. And here we have David Schmidt and Meredith and Stephen and Jean are married on this picture. So you see, they're smiling. They have really made something valuable for all of us. So if you want to join in as a brand partner for the business side, then think about what is the most important in your life, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. This is a fantastic product, and it's growing all over the world, and it's an opportunity for anyone. So what do you want? Do you want more time with your family? What is most important? Is it the freedom? Is it security? Maybe you want to travel. The company has some amazing incentive travels. Caroline can tell something about that because she's been to one. And, maybe it's all of us starts maybe with better health, either for ourselves or somebody we know. We know a lot of people struggling. So better health is a good reason to start, and less debt. Maybe that's just the main reason. Whatever the reason is, then it's to get started is as easy as knowing 4 people to go to manager. Manager is the first title you get in the compensation plan. So how many people do you know that are struggling? I know when I looked at my first presentation, I knew a lot. I could think about a lot of names in my head. Oh, she's had that problem, and she's always saying she can't afford, and blah, blah, blah. There are so many people out there, and you know as many people as anyone that can use this, that want to take a look. There is a chance, you know. So getting started, we help you find 4 people, invite them to an opportunity meeting, and we build what is called a binary. A binary is that we put people on the left side or the right side. And you start by getting introduction bonuses for people you bring in, but the team commissions will start when you put people on the right side and the left side, and what they order for themselves will give you points that gives you the ability to earn team commissions. And you can earn up to $25,000 per week in the binary. And I can say I'm nowhere near that yet. Not yet. But it's nice to know that that is possible. But and even then, this is not the most exciting thing about it, how much, because the next slide will show why you want to go manager. Because when you go manager, you open up the bonus plan and you can get matching bonuses. So matching bonuses is that if you bring in somebody to the business that you help and they start doing well and they start getting their cycle bonuses. If I, for instance, had been so lucky to bring in Caroline, then she would be my first line. And on the first line, if I helped Caroline start making money, if she earned $1,000, the company would pay me 25%, not of her money, but as a bonus to me for bringing her in. So when Caroline then moves on and she brings in people, that's my second line then. And that means that I can earn 20% of also what they are earning and even who they bring in. So 3 lines down from where you start, if you help people reach their goals, if you start a business, it is because you have a goal. You want to earn some money. If you help somebody earn money, that company pays you bonuses based on what they are able to build. So we are building teams, and that is the greatest way. And if Caroline, I can bring in more than Caroline. What if everybody on this call were my team and I could help everybody here? Let's say I help 20 people earn $1,000. Well, then I earn more than them because I help them. So this is a dynamic way of building teams so that we all can benefit from working together. So how do you get started? Well, you get in where you fit in. If you are only here because you're interested in trying out the products, David Schmidt says, give it at least 3 months, because within 3 months, you know, the slide that Caroline put up with all the benefits, within 3 months, 97% will feel one or many of the things that are general for people. So for the last 4%, it can take some more time, but last 3%, so 97%. So give it a 3 months if you just want to join to see this. If you want to do this as for a business, I suggest you start on an advanced package. An advanced package is for 6 months. That means you have for yourself, you share with your family, so they get their stories. You have something, if you bring somebody in, you can lend them a sleeve. You are starting a business, you want to have a little bit more than what you are immediately using for yourself. And if you're a serious entrepreneur, you come in at premium. At premium, you get 20 sleeves of X39, and you have to, if you already have a client base, maybe that's the way to start. Or if you just want to go right in and call 100 people and bring them in, and you need to let out sleeves and you want to go bananas, then the premium package is for you. So in order to earn money, you use the product yourself. So you need to stay active in the bonus system, which means you at least need to order 1 sleeve of patches every month to start with. When you go manager, then you are starting to be a leader and a team builder. Then you need to buy 2 sleeves of patches every month. So there's no need to buy more than what you use for yourself for yourself and your business. So it's a fantastic system at all, and these are prepaid packages. The core package is $295, the advanced package $535, the premium package $1,750, and it's the same price wherever you are in the world. So they may add some freight and local taxes for the country you live in, but the prices, selling prices from the company is the same all over the world. So if you want to look deeper into the bonus system, how do you earn your first money? How do you build a team? How do you help your team grow? There's a lot of videos on the web page thisisitteam.com. So the 2 pages, thisisitinfo.com is about the product. Thisisitteam.com is the educational system. And I would really, really advise you to use the education system, because we do the same all over the world. We learn from the This Is It team. Stephen and Gina Merritt put together an education system. So we want to educate ourselves how to do this the best way. So, and both these pages can be translated into the language you speak. So if you are not, if you have people that don't speak English, then just get them to translate it into their own in their own language. We've used a lot of it in Norway. We translate it to Norwegian. A lot of Norwegians not like to read it in Norwegian instead of in English. So very, very, very good pages where we find our information and our education. So this time is now to make you move. So if you're serious about your dream, whether it's the one thing or the other, maybe you'd like to take your whole family on a vacation. Maybe you just want to bring this out to the market and help as many people as you can. I don't know what your dream is, but if you're serious about it, there's hope for your future. So you just get started with X39 and we will help you.
Thank you so much, Henriëtta. And that is the last sentence there, we will help you, is the thing I've been most impressed with LifeWave, is the help that is always available. Everyone's here to help each other, also because it makes life a lot easier for all of us, and by helping each other we're also earning, and so it's a really nice way of feeling that no one's too busy or too keen to do it themselves. It's actually about teamwork, and that's the best bit about it, I feel. I love the fact that we have a whole community here that are just always able to say, yeah, Adrian's come on, he's been the biggest help for me to get started, and it's just so nice to know that there are people here that you can just rely on to take you through those first steps.
And also very important to say, because I think we have several newbies here. If you are here and you haven't started patching yet, you need to contact the person who invited you to this meeting.
Absolutely.
Because that person will know how to get you started, how to get you registered, and how to help you and give you all the information you need to get started. So
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Should we stop recording and then see if there's any questions? So let me just